Hi everyone, this is a video to teach you how to recover your device by a recent phone security malware virus attack. So please note that this procedure assumes the router is infected and requires you to perform a reset to factory default, and therefore it will clean any unauthorized settings change made to the device by the malware. Before starting, you will need to know your broadband setting to reconfigure internet access. If you do not have this information, please contact your internet service provider, ISP, and it is really critical all the steps are followed for the procedure to work. Now we will teach you how to download the latest firmware. However, in some cases, if your router is infected by this attack already, you will not be able to surf on internet and download the latest firmware. Therefore, please to refer to our YouTube account for other video that shows you how to share your mobile phone internet 3G, 4G to your laptop, and then you can use your laptop to connect this hotspot and download the latest firmware. If your router is working okay and then able to surf on internet, please refer back to this chart here, and then we are using the AMG 1302 T10B to show you how to download a link. So you click on Control keyboard and double click on the link here. It will pop out and directly lead you to our Zyxel support center with the latest firmware for AMG 1302 T10B. And you click the download here, and it will download to your PC and laptop, and save it and unzip it. You will use it for later after we reset the factory default. Okay, so now let's back to the router here. So before we are doing resetting firmware upgrade, we first of all remove the DSL cable. Okay, and then we will do the reboot. So what you do is you push the button off to turn it off, and wait for 5 seconds, and push it on to turn it on again. Now we have reboot our CPE, and the CPE has returned to the state. And before we are going, the next step we are going to teach you is to reset to factory default. However, before to do reset to factory default, you will need to record your broadband setting. So you will first connect Ether cable on the LAN side, and then on the other side you will connect your Ether cable to your PC or laptop. Now we are going to log into the router GUI. So open browser and type your LAN IP. If you have not customized your LAN IP, then the default LAN IP is 192.168.1.1. And now we are logging with admin credential. So make sure you do remember your new password. If you have not logged in with admin password before, the default admin password is 1234. So go to network setting, broadband. Now you will have to record a general section here, because we will need to restore all this configuration back after we do the firmware upgrade. So first is mode, and then second is encapsulation. And username and password mostly used as PPPoE connection. So if you are using PPPoE connection, make sure you know the password and username. And password is encrypted here, so make sure you know. If you don't know that, contact your ISP. And also the VPR BCI here. Okay, so record everything under general section here. Then now we will teach you how to do the reset. Okay, so now we will teach you how to do the reset to factory default. Before doing that, you will need to prepare a paper clip like this. Okay, so you will need to use paper clip to push the embedded button here. As you can see, it's right next by the power. Okay, So you will need to hold more than 10 seconds to have this factory default set to be taken, okay? So when you click on the reset, you will hear the click sound, so hold it. Over 10 seconds now, and then you can see the power LED and DSL LED and internet LED are all blinking together. This means that reset has been taking process now, and you can let go the paper clip, and router will now finish the resetting and restart the router. Now you have reset your router to factory default. And then next step is to do the firmware upgrade through the GUI. And to log into GUI, you will need a Ethernet cable to one side connect to the router LAN side, and then the other side connect to the PC or laptop. Okay. So this is a page where router does not have DSL connection because we unplugged the DSL cable, and then we also reset the router configuration to factory default. So now we will need to log in with 192.168.1.1 with login admin credential. Make sure you change your password here. Go to maintenance and select on the firmware upgrade and choose file. Choose the file that you downloaded in the step 1. Click open and click the upload. It will do the uploading firmware first, and then it will do the restarting and rebooting router. Now CPE has finished firmware upgrade, and then it's rebooting back to the state. And the next step is to reconnect the DSL cable that we unplugged on the step 2. So you reconnect the DSL back to your router. Okay? And then the next step is to log into GUI 192.168.1.1 here. So you will need to use your new password. And it will lead you right to the quick start wizard. So you click on your time zone, whatever you're at, click it, and you hit next. And now you can recall back your information that you recall in the step 4. So what you do is you put the MOBAC encapsulation PPOA in my example here, and I do have this as PPOE username and password. And remember, in the step 4, if you have not have your password unmasked or clear, understand what your password is, make sure you have contact your ISP for detailed password. Okay. Now ours test PPPoE and LLC and VPI VCI is 1 and 35, and click on next. And if you do have your customized SSID, make sure you do change it. Okay, and also password. This is password for your Wi-Fi password. Okay, so you hit next and saving and applying configuration in your device, and after a couple minutes you will be able to surf on internet again.